Hello everyone. Welcome to the session on week one session on HTML topics. I have a list here that what to cover in this video. Since this is a first video, uh, we'll be talking about the basics of HTML. So you'll understand what is HTML in this video. And some of the topics we'll dive deeper and go through with each of the aspect in HTML. So let's first understand what is HTML. So HTML basically used to code a website, usually. So I mean, there are different applications again, but the main application is to develop web pages. So if you are supposed to create a website, let's say if someone says that they are creating a website, they're basically creating the base structure in HTML language. I mean, it's a markup language. To be precise, it's a markup language. So how do you understand markup language? Let's say, let me drop in a video file. Okay, so into a browser and see what happens. Okay, so what I have, do I have a video file? Yeah, let me drop in this video file here. See, HTML window is actually encoding. This is not safe. Let me drop this. I think this is an audio. Okay, so I dropped the audio file here. Okay, now the audio is playing. I don't know if you're able to hear it or not, but HTML window itself understood this. This is an MP4 file, and it is able to play it. And there is so built-in functionality inside the browser to understand this file and play it, and it is enabling you to consume the content. So same way, if you are set out to build text or set out to build beautiful websites, so you need to create a file like MP4, right, to be able to load it to browser and show. So that file is the HTML file, and we are going to learn. So that is the file, HTML file, and you will write some HTML content inside of that file. And if you open that file in this browser, like you opened a video, so the structure that you written here will be converting into a proper website. So that is how you should understand HTML. So browser, so if you're going to somewhere, some other city, some other city in India, in some other state, if you want to interact with somebody, and you need to interact perfectly. I mean, you can interact in any manner, but if you really wanted to communicate perfectly and make your life easy, you will understand, you'll try to learn their language and understand their language. That's how you make your life easy in other states or in another area. So if you're working with HTML, you need to understand. So browser itself trying to understand a website, and you need to code that file in HTML. So you need to prepare a certain structure in that file, create a certain structure in that file, so that you get your desired output on the HTML window. So let's go ahead and see. Let's create that file. So what is the file format that we are looking to create? So basically, yeah, I kept on saying HTML, and HTML stands for hypertext. HTML stands for hypertext markup language. Okay, so basically you need to understand it is that you'll create a markup like here to here is this, here to here is this. Treat this as a heading text. Treat this as a list, and treat this as an image. So you'll create that kind of structure in HTML. So let's first go ahead and create a HTML page. Okay, what is an HTML page? Okay, new file. I want to save it first because I don't want to lose any data. So sorry. Let's go ahead and create a file. So I want to create it on my desktop for now. So it doesn't really matter where I'm creating this file. This is a, it's okay, we can create it on desktop. So I can say index.html. Should I call it index? Doesn't matter. You can give any name you want, but I prefer to give it index since I'm creating my first page of HTML. This is my very first page. So you need to create a structure, and I kept on saying you need to create a structure. Why the structure is important? Okay, you see, this is a view. Okay, you know, I've already opened a, I mean, the browser by default opened a website that is created. Maybe it looks like Google. There is no address bar here, I understand, but still, this page has some HTML code in it. So if I want to, if you wanted to sure, if you wanted to be sure, I can open it and show it to you. So see, the structure that you see here is an HTML, and if you see, if I'm moving my cursor along here, you're seeing some of them are highlighting in the UI, some of them are not highlighting in the UI. So see, this is the element that is creating this beautiful UI here. So, and you can see each row, you can either highlight. If I say this is logo, so here Google says that this is my logo, this is my search bar, and this is my icon. So it's created a structure. You see, if I'm rolling over those elements, so it's actually highlighting the exact structure. So you need to create a structure like this. Okay, and to create a structure like this, you need to understand, you know, the language, the elements and other things. So as I said, there are some elements that are, you know, purpose to create a view, and some of the elements are purpose to create, you know, function in the background. So let's understand the basic structure of HTML. Okay, is this. First, you need to open a HTML tag, and you need to close it in the same order. Actually, I am using a tool called VS Code, and you can download it here like this. You can go to Google. Okay, I'm already technically on Google. So VS Code. Okay, what is VS Code? Is Visual Studio Code. You can go to the website and download this and install this. Basically, what it is, it will help you to you know, write HTML file. If you're you know, basically you can't edit a video file on a notepad, right? You need a specific tool to create because if you're editing a video, you need to see what's going on there, you need to hear what's actually happening on the video, and you need to, you know, cut out some things that are not meant to be there. So all these things are like that. So for HTML, it's kind of a video editor. It's kind of an editor. So VS Code is a kind of HTML editor because it's makes your life easy for now. I'll come over to the benefits, more benefits in future, but for now, you download it, install it, and create a new file and start a tag like this. So HTML is all about tags. Remember this. Remember this. HTML is all about tags. Rule number 1. Tags, T-A-G, tags. Rule number 2, HTML rule number 2, HTML expects you to close the opened tag in the same order. Okay, remember this rule. Rule number 1, HTML is all about tags, and rule number 2, HTML expects you to close the tags that are opened in the same order. So what I meant by that, let me zoom it a bit. So this is my first tag in HTML. So I opened a tag. This is how you open a tag. What is a tag? It's kind of, in a way, you are telling your HTML or browser that this is what my intention, this is what I'm supposed to do, I'm actually thinking to do. So that's what you're saying there. So I want to create a HTML document. So you're saying to your browser that whatever comes between is treated as HTML, not as video, not as audio, not as anything but HTML. So there's no purpose to it. So there, other than this, that saying that here is my HTML starts and here is it ends. So whatever is between is HTML. And then again, next tag, head. Okay. Generally, what do you do with your head? Okay. I mean, I'm talking about the head, the inside. Okay. Brain. So generally, what do? You do process, you do some background thinking, but your hands, your legs, your appearances, your feelings, the way you look, the other people, you know, everything different, but everything happening in here. So in HTML also, the head tag kind of do the same job. Like it handles, I couldn't really say logic, but some of the stuff that happens in the background, like loading some external files or something, or talking to Google search engine. Like if you search something, and you should Google ask your site that what is the content on this, and it comes to the head section and understands what's in your website, and if it is relevant, show it to the user. So that kind of stuff, you don't need to really worry about it. But head is kind of not for this view. Okay, definitely not for this view, but some stuff goes on there. We will cover it in future, but remember that we will create. So one example is that title. Okay, so let me create the title tag empty. So I create a title tag. Okay, I have created so much of file, haven't opened this in HTML. Okay, so where is my index.html file? Here it is. So I'm opening it up in a browser. Like it's open, but I definitely don't have anything. So can you look at this title? What is this reading out? Index.html. So that means it's actually the title itself become the file name itself become the title. But if you really don't want that title to be there in the head tag, you open the head tag, you close the head tag. Remember, I opened and I closed, and I opened the head tag and I closed the head tag in the same order. Okay. And you need to remember that. And between these tags, in the what is between this HTML, so right now it is head, and what is in between this head, there is a title. What should be in between this title? It should be the site of the name of my site. So let's say if I'm creating HTML demo. Okay, I'm demoing what HTML, and I saved it, and you are supposed to reopen this in the. So if I open it, see, previously I opened the same file here, and second time I dropped in the website and it opened me a new tab, and you can see the title that I kept here, that is updated here. So this is kind of a job. This is one. So this is the behavior of title. So if you can see, whatever you kept here is coming here. How can I update this logo? Yes, calm down and slow down. We will come there. You can update. You can build a website like Google, Facebook, or something, but that's all coming in later of this video or in my future videos. But for now, bear with me. So each time should I open, like this for each update? Don't worry. Okay, let me close this site also. So if you make a change here, like demo1, and save it, come here and refresh the page. That means it's reloading the page from where you opened it. And you see my changes reflected here. So you make a change here, save it, refresh it. Yeah, there are other better ways to do this, to refresh that. You can make, as soon as you made a change and save it, you can make this file to refresh, but hang in there. If you can really figure it out, but at the end of this video, I'll give you some tips and tricks. But for now, let's go with, usual fresh. Okay. Forget about head. Head is done. Like I just wanted to conclude the head section here, but let's jump on to body section. Okay. I am really sorry. Body. Okay. What is your body all about? Okay. First rule. Second rule. I opened the body tag and I close the body tag in the same order. So always remember this. Rule number 1, HTML is all about tags. Rule number 2, always close the tags in the same order that you opened. Okay. And you remember, right? You put these symbols, greater than and less than symbols, and you put a type of the tag in between, and you put an extra slash like this. And I mean, this is how you open a tag, and this is how you close a tag. So it's global. I mean, it's global. Like there's no other way to open a tag. There is no other way to close a tag. All it changes is this type, disk type name. Like here it is head, here it is body, here it is title, but the funda is same. Okay. Now, what is body? So what is your body? Okay, your body is all about a structure, some of the properties like your color. I do have some hair, and it's okay. I do have some beard, and I do have some smile. So all these things. So body is about appearance, and in the HTML same way, body is all about your view here. So let me first type in some here content here, like test. Let me say hello world. Save it, refresh it. Yeah, you could see my hello world that I typed between these body tags. This text is actually came here. So if you are set out to build a simple visiting card kind of a website, we could really say that what is my name? My name is Ganesh. Okay. What is my phone number? I don't want to reveal my name number. Sorry. So XXX, what is my email? nxxxx@gmail.com. What is my address? 8-109, XXXXX. I live in Hyderabad, so not a big deal. 083. Save it. Come here. You entered it here. So what's wrong here? Like, oh my god, I put an enter here, but HTML really gone mad and put it in in a single line. You need to understand one more rule here. So rule number 1 is gone, rule number 2 is gone, rule number 3 is that HTML basically ignores the space between that you keep here between the elements and text, or text between text, or you put an enter. If there is a character like this, it definitely considers. See, these characters have come up here, but HTML is not space sensitive. What I mean by that is that some extra space here is not really matters to HTML. So it treats, because you need to structure your content with the help of tags. If there is no tag, that means your intention is not to format this way. That is how HTML understands. Hope this is clear. Okay, now I want this format. So you need to say to that HTML, I need a break here. Okay, and I need a break here. I need a break here. I really don't need a break here. So it's okay, because this is the last line, right? Why do I need a break? And save this file. Always remember to save this file. Okay. And come here, refresh. If you don't save this file, come here, refresh, because it doesn't happen, because the file itself on the file system did not update it. So here you could see there is a break. So you should explicitly tell the HTML that what you'd want to do with your content. That's the key here. So I want a break here. Yeah, HTML has understood it. It given a break. So you need to communicate with the HTML compiler with proper tags and closures. Okay. Now what am I seeing here? I'm not seeing an opening tag, but I'm only seeing a closing tag. Okay. What am I expecting here? I'm expecting a break, a line break here, but a line break does it really contain some content, and it makes, does it really make any sense to, put it like this, design it like this, when, if my goal is to create a new line, okay, create a new line, and it's predefined, like there's no customization to it, there is no another way to do it, right? if you want a break, there is a break. If you don't want a break, there is no break. So there are only two classes. It exists, it does not exist. In that point of view, why should I actually put this empty space? If someone puts it here, doesn't really changes the subject. I mean, it's rendering here, but it doesn't really matter. So when my intention is to close it, why do I have to have? If my intention is to not to have anything in between, I just want my break to behave like a break, then there's no point to put a close and entire. And this is an intelligent way to interpret the use case. So yeah, I don't need it, because this is where it should start and this is where it should end without any content in it. So there's no point in having a start and end tag. So simply we have it this way. So it's a self-closing tag. We call it as a self-closing tag. That means you can put a slash before the sign, greater than sign, and it considers that it is opened and closed in the same position. So this is how you can use BR. Okay, fine. What is my next topic? We talked about HTML. We talked about HTML tags. Okay, what is attribute? So we really didn't go behind. We really didn't go inside HTML much, but there are some tags that you can use, like h1. So if you put a HTML h, so this tool is actually has an IntelliSense built in already. So you could see, if I type h, what are the tags that are associated with h that are actually out here for my rescue. So I really want to create a h1. So Ganesh. Okay, see, it's a heading. So HTML understood that, okay, this is an heading that you want to create. Fine, fair enough, I'll create it. Okay, okay, I want to put my designation. Save it. But do I really want this big text? No, I just wanted to a little bit smaller. So I'll remove h1 and put h2. If you save it and refresh it, see, there's some difference. Okay, fine. And yeah, what do I need? I need some summary. I want to add some summary. I have, so what am I creating? I'm creating a paragraph here. Yeah, it's self-explanatory. So I have around 14 plus years of experience building okay, kind of summary. That's not, I might add few more points, but for demo it doesn't matter. Okay, fine. So this is how you can create. See, HTML interprets the type of text that you want to create. And let's understand few more things. So let's add some list here, because I do have some skills. Okay, how do I put it? So I do have some skills. So yeah, I just wanted to add one more paragraph, which is skills. I refresh it, skills. So I have a list of skills. How can I create here? So you can create a UL tag, that means an unordered list tag, and you created another list tag. But so I want to create a list. This is my list container, because every if I'm creating a list of it, it should be contained by something, because you cannot scatter here somewhere, here somewhere, yes, you need to group them, right? So this is kind of a group element. But inside that group element, what are the items that I want to keep? So each item is written in a separate tag called li. That means list item. So I have HTML as a one scale. I can put CSS. I have around 20 plus technical skills, but for demo purpose, I just wanted to. Angular and save it and refresh it. Okay, this is how you can create list in your HTML. See, what am I doing? I'm actually creating a list. If you use a specific element, you are getting a specific view in HTML. Okay, I just want this uh, skill. It's kind of out of way, like it's not indicating this guy. So I just wanted to make it little bold, like stand out, like this is what it belongs to. So how can I do that? I want to bold it. So for bold action, what should I use? Okay, I can create a B tag to bold it and save it. And see, you could see a little bit, the border, the font a little bit thickened. Skills. Okay, yeah, good. I think I spelled it correctly. Fine. So it got little bit thickened. So whenever I put an element, opened an element, you could observe a break. I haven't put a break here. So a next element actually assumed the next line. Can you see it here? So you might have observed already, but I just wanted to cover it again because each element assumes and the next line. Okay, paragraph tag, next, skill tag, next. But if I put B, it hasn't assumed the next line. Okay, let me create another B here. Another skill tag. See, they are in the same line. Okay. The difference between, these kind of elements is that we have two kinds of elements in HTML. One, block elements that occupies the entire row. So if it is this much size, it will take the entire row. How can I verify it? So if I inspect, so in a browser, if you say right click and just say inspect, it will actually inspect, it will actually open this window and you can hover it and see, no matter how much content you have, like if I only have a G, delete the entire thing and save it. If I only have a G also, it takes up the entire row. This is the block element behavior. But save it, refresh it, and click on here and open it here. If a B tag, okay, B tag contains B tag contains skills, but it translates that B tag has taken a full row because this is a block element. But B tag, see, when I hover this B tag, it actually consumed the entire space. Okay, but if I hover the B tag rather than P tag, it actually highlights some of the space. That means it is not fully took the entire space. So you can have some more items like this, and they all will take up the space that is available in the same line. So this is the behavior of an inline element. So you need to understand this difference. Okay. How many types of elements are there with these certain behaviors? I have a cheat sheet provided in this document. I probably give you this repo link in the description. Go ahead and check about this cheat sheet. So you would see, this is a cheat sheet from html.com and not mine. I haven't created. Thanks. I want to thank them for creating this. There are different kinds of elements here. You can click on them and go to that, and you can really understand what the element do, and you can create that. But I'm actually going to cover a few of the major elements, mostly used elements in this video. So that's what I wanted to do, and really wanted to talk about the differences between the elements. So if you learn about these basics, it will be easy for you to pick up from a cheat sheet, or if you go to internet, if you search it, it will be easy for you to find out and learn on your own. Yeah, I am saving it here. So I saved it. So yeah, I've created skills, HTML, fine. Okay, how about a table structure? Like we usually see in our resume, like names, designation, address, and some summary and skills. How do I create a table in HTML? Because that's another important aspect. The most common and most used format of displaying text in HTML. So let's learn about it. So you need to create a table is comprised of different elements. Like what does a table has? Like if you look at a table, what do you see? You see a columns, rows. You see headings. You see data in the tables. So and I said in HTML, for a specific task there is a specific tag. So table structure is kind of, if you want to create a table structure in HTML, you need to understand few elements and combine them together and create a HTML table. So first thing that you need to create a table. Okay, what do you want to create in table? I just wanted to create a row first. Okay, table row. What do you want to create inside a table row? Here till this point I haven't got a chance to put any content, but it's essential that you need to say, here is my table starts, here is my table ends, here is my row starts, and here is my row ends. And you can put table data and put I really want to add what do I left with? Maybe my certifications, maybe from master. Okay, if I save it here, came here, there is no difference, absolutely no difference that you could see here. But let me add few, you can still see the same. The table has taken full, table body is like this. I actually did not put table body, but HTML itself presumed that I'm trying to create a body here since I'm put. So the browser intelligent enough to put the necessary tags to in the structure. So there is some intelligence going on in the backend, but don't worry. So since it is expecting a tag, let me create a t body too, and move these elements inside to t body. So by this time, you might have understood that importance of the structure. Okay, so I just did one thing. What is this? It's moved. Okay, earlier I used like this. Okay, it's important to maintain a format in HTML. See, to indicate that the same line, here it is, tr, here it is, here it started, here is ending. There is a line connecting to it, right? So if you have your tr, it is actually coming between your t body to t body close. So if you in VS Code hold on Mac, you can hold the command shift P, and it gives you a window, a command window like this, and search for format and select this format document, and you could see my t body line is going to t body. Is it? No, my table is going to table, my t body is going to t body, my tr is going to tr, and my td is in the same way. Yeah, so you have certain formatting done for you, so it will be easy for you to. Okay, I haven't told you how table I haven't shown you that, right? So I have give you I have to give you AWS associate developer. Let me add another item. Save it. See, it has assumed the next space. So you are really not seeing any difference here because I haven't styled this table. So maybe cell. How do I style? I really don't know how to style it. Cell spacing is equals to 1. So if I give it, so cell padding is equals to 1. Okay, So let me take a break. Um, Let me add a border to HTML. See, so there is a structure being created, but since I haven't added any styles to it, it's actually, there is a structure already in the background. So if I really style it the way I want to, show it, then actually you could see the stable structure. So you could see, so if I copy another row, there's another row. If I, continue to add some of the elements, like let me copy paste these elements. Okay, items that are here, but I have only 2 here. I have so many here. So if I, and that's how you could see the rows being distributed, to the list of items that it has. Okay, save it. Is the same thing. So there are more to this. Okay, you can actually say, let me remove all this clutter. Okay, let me remove the extra tr also, because this is duplicate. So let me create another tr. So you can put a valid content like th table heading. Since how many columns I have here? Okay, I only have this. So certification. So if I refresh, what am I adding here? I'm adding a heading. Okay, year, and description. Save it. So this is what I just wanted to create. Okay, so the second item is for year, first item is for certification, the third item should be for the description. Yeah, first certification Scrum Master. When did I do that? Okay, 2021. Save it, refresh. Year is 2021. Description, it is a certification. Yeah, I'm just giving a description here. Certification, it is a certification to certify. I don't know. I really, I just wanted to make sense with this sentence, but that's not really necessary. Certify that an individual is capable coach a development team. Okay, so what I mean, the candidate who are completed certifications, Scrum Master certification, really able to coach team of 5 to 9 developers to code software, like the developers, or sometimes helps the organization. There are many roles to it, but basically it doesn't really matter. But this is how you can create a table structure. So I have my list here to refer it. I just have a need to constantly go back, because if you leave me, there's a chance that I go off my subject here. So I keep everything noted and help me to keep intact. Lists we have covered, tables we have covered. Yeah, next item is media. Okay, you see, you've seen how a video renders in HTML, but let's understand, how to put images. Like, yeah, I have created it here, some text, but if I what if I really wanted to add an image here, my image here. Okay, so So to add an image, you have an image tag, img. So image tag is a, again, self-closing tag. Remember, I said two types of tag. Some of the elements does need to have a opening and closing tag, but some of the element doesn't really need to have two tags. It's enough, you can close it by itself, self-closing tags. So src, and what is src? Okay, this is what is a attribute. We call it attribute. This entire thing is an HTML element. This is a tag. This is an attribute. What is attribute in your general language? Okay, so if you describe me, okay, there are some attributes that I do it, right? Like I'm a father, okay, I'm a husband, I'm a developer. So there are different attributes that I have. For these elements, there are different attributes, but for now, what is this attribute? This is a source attribute. What is the source for this image? Like, you need to place some image somewhere, and you need to source that image through this element. So that is source. Okay, I really want some image. It really need not to be my image. I don't have any image. So some user icon. Let me go to here. Let me search it. User icon. Okay, I really like this. Assume this is my, and this is the photo I want to keep. So ignore my gestures, because I'm too fond of showing hand gestures, and I'm trying to fix that. But meanwhile, okay. Yeah, I have an image here. This is an SVG. So I want to copy this and give that source here and save this. So I just copied some link that is accessible to public link. This is a public image link. You cannot access any content, but this is a public access link, probably copyrighted. But for now, I just wanted to, for demo purpose, education purpose, I just wanted to use it. So I've given a link to that, and I said, this is my source of the image. Okay, and it loads here. Okay, you probably can give any image. Okay, so if I wanted to give some actor image like Prabhas, okay, if I have if this is a public image and he's a public figure, so I just wanted to make this interesting, so I can visit here. So I'm just trying to copy that image. So image URL, sorry. So yeah, ignore. I'm actually debugging. This is the one trait of being HTML developer. You could see where the image tag source, where it is loading from. Here it is loading from here. This is the exact URL. Double click it, copy it. I know exactly. Again, it might be copyrighted, but I'm using it for educational purposes. But you can copy paste the same link from that, and voila, Ganesh is now Prabhas. Okay, fine. But there is a disturbance, right? So it's a big image. It's loaded up in my small web, viewport, but I really don't have a control on the size of this image that is being displayed in my website. But you can really control it. But by default, it loads with actual size. Okay. So now you can add some width to it, fix some width at 100 pixels. If you ask me what is pixel, it's a measure like centimeters, inches. It's a measure to, it's a measure for electronic display in pixels. You might have heard what is pixels you might have used your phone, and you might have know what is pixel. So what am I saying is, I want to give 100 units of size to this image. So I said 100. If I need a little bit bigger, I will set it. So my width attribute, whenever I'm changing the width attribute, it is changing my, because if I'm changing an attribute, the behavior of that element is changing, right? That's how you can load your images. So should I load my images only on the internet? This is the best way, but you can load your local URLs also, because where the image is there, and you can refer like d colon users slash Ganesh slash desktop, or if it is in the same location of the file, you can say dot slash, that means in the same folder. And if I have an image, unfortunately I don't have an image here. Let me search if I have an image recordings. There is an image. Okay, save it, and I have an image here. This is not me, guys, but this is some Jando, but we don't know. But if you have in the same location, what I said, in the same location of this website, look for folder called recordings. So where is this? Here it is. In this folder, there is an image called test file. Okay, I've given this in the same folder by dot slash. What I mean by in the same folder, recordings folder. There is a recording folder. Inside it, there is an image. What is the extension of image? Is PNG. This is very important, guys. If you don't give a PNG extension, it cannot figure it out, because you need to have the file type also, right, along with your file name. Yeah, you probably, in some machines sometimes the extension is hidden, but you need to enable that. You can easily find how to in Google how to enable the extension on your operating system, but I have enabled it already. So that's then again another video. I probably throw a link in description to enable that. So this is how you can link your. So what happens if I change this name of my image? Let's say headshot, not PUBG headshot, PUBG headshot. Okay, a shot of a head. Okay, and as soon as I rename this image, the link is broken. Okay, and hence the image is not visible. You need to maintain that path. Okay, VS Code is helping me a lot, guys. So, but for a beginner, you shouldn't really get some help, but I don't trust in old school methodology. So you can still take some help and think, you don't have to do hard work. You have to do smart work. So let the hard work be done by your VS Code and do smart code. Yeah, smart work. Fair enough. So now media. Okay. So what else we got? Okay, we need to understood. You can load videos in my recordings. Some of the videos are there. You can add videos in HTML, but probably it will increase my video length. So I just wanted to learn. I just encourage you guys to explore that area to add videos, and there's a lot of content on the internet, but I just encourage you guys to explore that part of the subject. So I have some videos, I could have added it, but I have other important tasks to cover. So what is the next thing? The next thing that you want to know is the user inputs. So yeah, we covered a lot of the format. Yeah, there are many more tags, like you can italic, you can make something look italic, like there are formatting tags, so you can move these tags here, like, and you can surround some other text to look as italic. So if you see, let me zoom a bit. If we compare here, see there is a italic highlight happened. So from two to individual. This particular text has become tilted towards right. That means italic. So there are there are so many tags with different behaviors to help you. And as I said, refer the cheat sheet. Okay, here in this, and you will find this link, this repo link in the description, and you can click on this and understand about lot of the tags that are in HTML again. But my job is to give you the ability to understand each tag and the ability to code the HTML, review your content. So this is how you can do it. So that sort of confidence, I'm trying to build the confidence your confidence with HTML, and I'm also giving you a way to learn about a lot about HTML. So go ahead. I encourage you to do your own learning. So another aspect is links. Okay, what if I have two different pages? Okay, I want to save this index page. Okay, uh, as a different page. Okay, so I have my friend in the same industry. I just wanted to link same thing. People like me. I mean, there is no use case like that, but I just want for a time being, for demo purposes, I just wanted to see. I can create. Sorry, Nagesh.html. This is a. I saved it as. I just did saved it as from index.html to Nagesh.html. Okay, so let me open that too. So here it is index. Here it is Nagesh. So let me open that in HTML. I open Nagesh. Probably it is the same data like this, but yeah. So I'll change some content. Here it is Nagesh V, software engineer, having 8+ years of. I'm making some random changes, guys. So doesn't really matter. So he doesn't know. Let's assume that he doesn't know. He only knows JS and Angular and Node. So I'm making another profile for the demo. Okay, he doesn't have any certification. Assume that he doesn't have certifications. So I made a website for my friend too. So I made another page, my friend too. But in here, in my my page, if I ever wanted to link, so I just both of these pages have the same title, but I really don't want to have this like this. I can come here and change Ganesh profile, save it. Sorry, this is Nagesh file, right? Nagesh profile. So come here and refresh it. It's Nagesh profile page I have here. So what is that page? Nagesh profile. So in the Ganesh profile page, so let me open Ganesh also in here. Okay. So let me change it as Ganesh. Fine, save it, refresh it. Yeah, here you go. My Ganesh profile, my Nagesh profile. I want to link this. I want to ask my user to go here. How can I do that? Okay. At the end, let's say he read about it and he interested and he moved, is supposed to move on, that I want to serve some more content to him, and I just want to link my friend's profile here. Okay. So similar profile like me, okay. I want to make this text as clickable, and if I click it, I want the user to take into Nagesh page. Okay, so Nagesh shouldn't have image. Let's make it identical. Okay, if I come here, Nagesh doesn't have an image, but this is my site. I make my rules. Okay, so here I just wanted to make this text as clickable, and if I click, I want to take user to Nagesh page. You can do anchor, you can leverage on anchor tag here. You can put your content there. That becomes, so as soon as I put like this, it becomes clickable, but it should become clickable, but there's no link to it, so it is not treating it as link. So href, okay, I should say href attribute, you should give that file link. So in the same folder, I saved it as nagesh.html. Save it. If you come here and if you refresh it, see, it has highlighted my link. And if I click it, it is taking me to Nagesh. So if I click on back, it is taking me back. But if I wanted to have a link to Ganesh profile here, copy the same content and paste it in Nagesh profile. At the end, you can say, go back to Ganesh. Here I have to give my file name. Okay, as you can see, What is the file name? Index.html for Ganesh. Okay. Yeah. So similar profile, go back to Ganesh. Similar profile, go back to Ganesh. You can have as many links as you want. You can create as many pages as you want. But in a nutshell, that is link. Okay. I want to create a space here. Yeah. Just to separate it out. Okay. I cannot really separate it for now. Okay. Let me create a paragraph. Let's save links. I'm actually creating it in Ganesh file and I'm looking at Ganesh file. Don't make sure you are editing the right file and reviewing the right file. Okay, fine. This is what link, and you can know more about links uh, in future, like in the self-help document that I shared as a cheat sheet. Okay. Target, you can say target, and you can say underscore blank. Okay, if you specify like that, it opens as a new window. Okay, earlier, if you did not had this attribute, it actually opened in the same browser, same window. So you lost that Ganesh content and it is loaded. So Nagesh content. If you put like this target underscore blank, actually it is opening up. Your Ganesh document is here open and Nagesh profile is open here. Let me try that for the demo. Okay, can you see both are open? So you can still go back here. It goes back to Ganesh. Goes back. So yeah, that's about links. You can create as many links as you want, as many documents as you want. Okay, the next topic is that we have to work on what user inputs. Okay, there's no tag called user inputs generally combined, like grouped by form tag. Okay, I just wanted to take a break for 5 minutes here and we can continue right after the break because I'm losing my, and I've been talking for a hour or so now, but I want to take a break for a quick while, or I'll do another video for form content, and I just wanted to stop here. So yeah, it's better I do another video of this form content. Really don't like you guys to sit this long and stretch this long. So let's connect again and let's create another video, guys. So thank you. So let's stop it here. Let's create another video.